Hi there. I'm Elizabeth Wicks. I am a second semester master's student in SOTA and data curation. And I'm here to talk to you about how to assess programming references. So these are books on programming. So, clicker, do you work? Yay! Okay, so let's say you're faced with a situation where your boss in your librarian says, this programming thing sounds awesome, and I've heard this thing called Python. Can you find some books on that for me? And so you go to Amazon and you type in Python. And these 3 books come up, and you're like, that's neat. Okay, I see Learning Python, Python Pocket Reference, and Python Programming. Well, how do I assess who these are for and what they're useful for? And I'm going to take you through 3 basic steps. So, know the target audience of the book. Some of them are more clear than others, but a main key component is the title. So, for example, Introduction to Programming with Language is very different than Introduction to Language. Usually the top one, Introduction to Programming with Language, is more geared towards absolute beginners versus things that just say Introduction to Language, like Introduction to Python, are geared towards more experienced programmers who are trying to pick up a new language. Second, know the type of the material that they're talking about, or that the book is. First off, you need to know if it's a reference material. Reference items are meant to be looked up, look things up, very dictionary-like, versus you have guidance materials, which are very prose-like, textbook-like items meant to be read through and guiding a student through learning something new. There are sort of mashups in between. This is definitely a Venn diagram overlap situation, where you have things like cookbooks, which are an amazing resource that is right there in the middle. So third, know the scope. Know the scope of the material that you're talking about. Is it something covering a wide variety of topics? For example, the first book on that list was 1,400 pages long, and there's a sequel. It's about that thick. It's awesome. It has a doorstop and a reference. So again, understand if it's talking about a stack of tools that you're going to be using, or a specific topical area that might use many different types of languages and things. And if it's a specific task, or just know the granularity of what it's talking about. And then sort of finally, always understand that every student has their own learning style. Everyone here I know will be a visual learner and auditorial learner. It's we all learn in our own different ways. There is never one true resource when it comes into programming. You'll need I call them resource stacks. So you'll need something to guide you, something to reference. We all use dictionaries. We all use style manuals. We don't question the fact that we have many resources, and it's the same thing for programming. Yeah, so going back to our original example here, I know all these 3 books, and I actually have all of them. The first one here, Learning Python, if you actually read the initial page, it says this is for someone who knows another language at an expert level and wants to take up Python. It's incredibly depthful. So it's guidance, but it's for someone who's really experienced. Meanwhile, you have the second item here, which is a reference document meant to kind of look up how things work. And it is written for the semi-experienced person who can sort of work around documentation, but not necessarily an expert. And then finally, at the bottom here, Python programming is a guidance. It's actually a textbook used in CS classes, and it's meant for the absolute true beginner. So, thank you.